SoftLedger has a built-in analytics business intelligence module under its reporting section embedded into its product. Within the analytics module, you can click into collections that you've created. So if you look in this instance, you can see I have dashboards under this personal collection. I have useful data, which are models that are set up off of the different tables that SoftLedger has for all of its activity. And then you have the individual questions or reports you're creating to add to things such as dashboards. So to go through this, I'm going to click into this at a glance dashboard. And I'll collapse this so I can see a little further. These are all those different reports or questions you're essentially answering. So interpretations of data being collected into a dashboard where you control what's where and how big or what kind of colors and things are being used in these visuals. You can also apply a date filter across the entire dashboard for all the data within here, if that's relevant. So for instance, we're looking at last year in this whole dashboard. And then if I want to click in to see one of those reports that we visualized even more closely and see how it's set up, I can click into it directly from the dashboard. And now I'm seeing this data view where I'm comparing revenue by month across some 4 different customers within this SoftLedger system. So this is the visualization of that data. And here's actually where you can see those different data points splayed out. So to be able to produce a report like this, you can start off of just the journal transactions table, which I'll show in a bit, but you can hit this little editor button to see how this is put together. So here's that revenue per customer model that was built off of the journal transactions table. We created a custom column here that was just looking at debits minus credits for revenue. We just want to see the ledger account type being revenue because we're just in this certain report looking at revenue numbers, and we don't want to see any journal lines that don't have a customer tagged against it. So agent ID is that filter here. We're using that custom column to summarize the balance, and then we want to split it out by the customer name, and we want to see that information by month. So I'd hit that visualize tab, and all that information that we just went through I can also access through these types of filters here. So if I wanted to filter after I've already set up this report, I could filter across any of those other types of fields you see within this table. Similarly, you can summarize by different values as well if your initial summarization filters aren't accurate. But let's go to that visualization now that we know this data is correct. I'll collapse this. This is a simple bar chart showing those revenue figures across month. If I wanted to adjust the visualization, you do have a whole host of pre-built options like bar charts, line charts, combination, even a pivot table that you can be built in within here. And then once you have your type of chart selected, you can customize it further. Say you have certain colors you want to use across this, or you want to change the names of the axes, add labels like the actual values in here, currency symbols, etc. It's all very customizable. And then say you're happy with what you have, and rather than keep it just within SoftLedger, you want to download it, you can split this out into an image from a PNG file or XLSX or CSV, however you want to get the data out from here. Once you're happy with it, you can save it if you made any changes or add it to a dashboard. This one's already in that at a glance one. You can also turn what have you put together into a model like we have for this one. But if I go back to the home screen here, say you're starting from scratch, you don't have that dashboard set up, you can go to this browse data section. This is where all the database tables are hosted. So you can see within here, here's that transactions table we were building off of in that model, which is really just the journals going to like the journal report, for instance. Or you could look at some of the other tables that you might not necessarily have access to, like the Forex rates, if you wanted to come and see the Forex rates across the product that are being used. So I'll come back here because that'll take a second to load. So if you're interested in building visualizations such as the one you see here for monthly revenue by customer, make sure to talk to your SoftLedger team to be able to enable the analytics module within your system.